love a sea swim. I certainly do. Lots of us do. But the next story I have to share involves a very challenging swim indeed. Devon dad Neil Gilson is soon tackling 24 miles in dangerous waters, extreme tidal ranges, swimming from Swansea to Ilfracombe. And he's with me now. A very good afternoon, Neil.
Hi there.
Okay, so, of course, this is going to be for a very good cause, but this is one heck of a challenge. What made you think, yep, I can take this on?
Well, my son suffers a condition called PANDAS, which it's got a long name, but in short, it's sort of a misdirected immune response, which is caused from a strep infection, and it results in inflammation on a part of the brain, and it basically causes symptoms such as anxiety, OCD. He developed a tic, he became aggressive, and he stopped eating. So I'm doing it for the charity, really, to sort of raise awareness of the condition and raise funds which they can use for research and for sort of teaching schools. Because early diagnosis is really key for the condition.
And what's day-to-day life for you and your family living with that condition?
Well, we're actually really lucky because we sort of got the diagnosis quite early on, which is key. So Jack's actually doing really well. But at the height of his illness, it was sort of a really lonely place. You don't know where to turn because it's not very well heard of, but we were just lucky enough to see sort of another family share their story on a TV program. So we actually then knew, it was like a light bulb moment when we saw that program. We knew it was what Jack had. So then we were then able to get him the correct treatment.
Wow.
But it's key, which is why I wanted to do something wild. That will stand out to get some attention and really sort of raise some awareness of the condition.
Absolutely, and you are doing that in spades. So, are you going to be the first person to do this?
Yes, in this direction. It has been done before, from Ilfracombe to Swansea, but I'll be the first to do it from Swansea back to Ilfracombe.
And sort of, what chops do you have leading up to this? Are you a keen sea swimmer?
Yeah, I've got a background in swimming, competitively in the swimming pool. And then I sort of turned to open water in my later years, just because I really like the adventure and the, it's different every time you get in.
Sorry. What challenges are you going to be facing? So that's, that is an interesting stretch of water, isn't it? What kind of, how are you sort of training to cope with that? Yeah,
I mean, it's got the Bristol Channel's got the second highest tidal range in the world, so it's going to be a huge challenge. I'm really just getting out there and trying different swims within the channel, so to challenge myself against the elements. I mean, I went in on Sunday yesterday, and it was really windy and choppy, but it was really good practice, really, for that sort of possible condition.
Any of us, of course, who know any of these destinations, whether it's Swansea or Ilfracombe, or, for example, my former stomping grounds is Weston-super-Mare, which many people call Weston-super-Mud. We do know about the tidal ranges, so that's quite tricky. You like, how far? If you miss it, you've got a long walk out, haven't you, to actually get the water in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be going from the Mumbles across to Hill Bay, so it's a stretch that is always got sort of tide there, but it will be very tidal dependent, so I'll have to time it correctly, because obviously if I get the wrong side of the tides, I can go miles off track.
Yeah,
so it's going to take some planning.
And are you allowed any kind of support crew, or are you completely on your own?
Yeah, I've got a support crew who are based in Swansea, and they actually did pilot the swim when it was first attempted in the opposite direction, so they're very experienced, and I've basically just put my trust in them, and all I've got to do is just put my head down and swim, really.
And I imagine you're going to have to get in a lot of calories because you're going to burn through those pretty quickly. I mean, this is one time in your life, surely, but you can just pile it on, no problem at all. What sort of is it high protein, high carb? What sort of diet are you using as you head up to this challenge?
Yeah, a bit of both really, proteins and lots of carbohydrates, and then as I get closer to the actual swim, which is in a couple of weeks, I'll obviously just eat as much as I can.
Enormous bowls of pasta carbonara or whatever. That sounds brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. That's the one definite upside. Well, all the best, Neil. Do keep us posted. This is really exciting. If you manage to do this, as you say, you're making history. This is wonderful. And where can people follow your progress?
So first of all, they can get any more information on PANS and Pandas by going to the PANS PANDAS UK.org website. And then if anyone wants to donate to my Just Giving page, that can be found either through my Instagram, marathon_swimmer85, or if you go to Just Giving and just search Neil's Swansea to Ilfracombe swim, then you should find it.
Great stuff. Well, Neil, thank you very much. Lovely to talk to you. The very, very best.